What's going on, y'all? This Greg. Greg said it. Back with part 2, inspirational motivation. We had a wonderful lie today. As always, we come back with inspirational motivation. We go a little deep on this. Pardon me now, if you don't want deep, you might want to check off now. And I've always been the one to look at the deeper meaning of things. Some people want to see things the way they see it. Some people want to see the way they've been programmed. And I talked about this because as much as you may not realize or don't want to realize, a lot of things that you complain about with Coach Prime is unique, but it's not totally unique. He's not the only one that goes through things. This is something that many disruptors face. And a lot of times they lose their life. I mean, we're on the eve of, even in politics, we seen somebody who ruffles people's feathers, who do things differently and say things that people don't agree with, and got a whole lot of extraness and people who want to help people not like them for whatever. Maybe they benefit something, but for you who have a life and supposed to have a mind of your own, you know, you don't have a dog in the fight. Yet sometimes people get ignorantly and foolishly controlled to see the demise of people. It was something you should never do. You a fool if you think you got an excuse to do that, especially and even if somebody ain't done something to you. Somebody done something to you personally, it will make some sense, but I don't know what your belief system is, but I don't know how you think you will win in that. Because what you sow, you will reap. What you sow, you will reap. What you put out there about somebody else, no matter how justified you feel about it, you can't cry when it finds you. You got to deal with it. Because, you know, it's never a time, I've said this in other videos, it's never a time where you support evil. I don't care when it benefits you, because you will be the fool when it shows up and knock on your door to tell it to turn away. Nah, you friends now. Y'all buddies. Y'all in together. You can't be happy when something happens to somebody else and then want it not happen to you. It's like a dope boy. A dope boy can sell drugs, and it's cute when he making money. Then when his family get overdose, it's bad. Or a man who beat or rape women. It's okay, you do it to everybody else, but you don't want it to happen to your daughter. You don't want it to happen to your mother, your sister, or you ready to kill. That's a criminal, psychotic mindset. I'm gonna say it again, that's a criminal, psychotic mindset. They call that the grandest disorder in psychology. Yeah, I studied psychology. And it's like a killer, kill everybody, tear up the community. But he gotta find something he better than somebody at. That's that grandest godlike disorder. It's, you've messed up everybody's life. But now you go to jail, and as soon as the pedophile or abuser coming at you, the first one want to jump on somebody because you want to show how wrong they are. You've been wrong your whole life. But you want to prove something to somebody. Not to say it's right, but who are you? You ain't got your life in order. Somebody should have killed you a long time ago, 20 times over, if that's the way it's going to go. See, you know, I'm just going to say it. In certain belief systems, in most belief systems, even the ones you may not agree with, they have some kind of measure of morals and values. And then some kind of off the cliff, but most of them don't, even the most not common ones. Us as a culture have become to celebrate all the wrong things that doesn't benefit humanity. And most religions typically want to benefit humanity to the point where some people say, oh, it's to control you. Well, if it is controlling you, it better control you for the betterment of yourself and others. Because if you celebrate something that promotes the harm and the injury of others and celebrates, you're a devil. Let's call it what it is. You something that ain't good for humans. You something that's jealous of humans. You something that want to be a human, they can't be a human, so you want to destroy all humans. That's what you got in you. It's never a point where anything should go so far that you as a human will wish something on somebody that you too cowardly to face yourself. Y'all getting it today. You don't wish harm on nobody. They say, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. That you don't want to happen to you or your family. You can't cry when somebody rob your family, but you can rob. You can't cry when somebody kill your family when you kill. Like, that's the thug mindset. I'm gonna kick in everybody's door, but nobody better not steal from me. I'm gonna shoot down people, but when somebody shoot up my clique, my hood, my people, you know, whatever you want to call it, now you want to go retaliate. Why you retaliate? You kill people too. It comes with the territory. Don't get sensitive when nobody come killing your folks. You've been killing folks. You've been robbing folks. You've been hurting folks all this time. You got to be careful what you co-sign, because it always end up being a cycle. When doesn't it? When is it okay to celebrate the demise of somebody else, then cry when yours come? Now fast forward with Coach Prime. Coach Prime is in a very peculiar situation. He's been in it. And it's dangerous to me. I felt it was dangerous at Jackson State. I felt they would have crucified him, for lack of a better term. Because jealousy would do that. They say jealousy is the cause of all types of evil. Jealousy. He could have said a lot of things. That's what the Bible say. If you don't believe, I hope you got something better. And it's a show for it. But I'm telling you, when you look at jealousy, it can cause people to do all kinds of stuff to stop you. There's no real end to it, because that emotional fulfillment component, that sickness in your head, will make you do almost anything. And in this case, anything. Coach Prime is in a place where you cheat, you're trying to stop people from go to his team. Who's to say you don't try the same level of hurt, assassination on a person like that? We've seen it. See, people want to do this color crap, but it has happened. You seen it in Malcolm X. You seen it in Martin Luther King. But now one of them was killed because of their color. Matter of fact, the people of color, all the people close to them, turned on both of them. We talked about this kind of last week. They turned on both of them. The Muslims, they turned on Malcolm X when he decided to explore his thought process outside of the confines of color. When he went over into Mecca and said, you know what, it ain't about color. His folks stepped back from him. It said, maybe they was framed. They the one took him out. They was somewhat in cahoots with it one way or another. Martin Luther King started hanging out with all kinds of people. He wasn't just hanging with black people. He was in the poor people's campaign with sanitation workers in Memphis when he died. He was talking about Vietnam. He stepped over the color line to the point where people in his own camp was offended. And the people who was okay with him being about color got nervous, because now you collecting people outside of color. Yeah, we like these color restraints, and you overstepping that boundary, you messing up what we got going on. See, some people got stuff going on and you messing with it, whether you know it or not. And they show you by how they kind of try to stir stuff up against you. And if that don't work, they'll work their right on up to a bullet. And we've seen many bullets and many people on many levels. In this day and time, they add jail or something in between now. But a lot of times, it's bullet or get you in jail. It's a lot we look at. My biggest prayer for a person like Coach Prime, for everybody, they're gonna jump the color and everything else. He is a disruptor, period. You want to put all this extra on it, call it what you want to make yourself feel good. He is a disruptor to a system, not a color system only, not even a color system, but a system where things are done a certain way. And if he succeeds, he can mess up a whole lot of people, period. It's no time to play and sugarcoat. This is real out here. What he does can change the way things are done for decades. And people are threatened. And like I said, with jealousy, they will do stuff. They will lie. They will set you up. And we've seen it done. We've seen it done. And if you're too blind to see how it's done, you're too grown. Until it happened to you and your family, and then you want all the sympathy. But the reality is, we see how it is done when people interfere with people's money and power and stuff. They will do stuff. And it'll be way outside the boundaries of what you think is normal. Why is it necessary? We gotta really pray for Coach Prime. Because I did a video today about how they stopped Colorado. Yeah, they could beat them on the field, but what if they can't? See, he already got stuff going on with his kids, relationship. They don't care about how low, how personal to go to disrupt the momentum and chemistry of that team. They will do it. And, they will go to the ultimate level if it's that serious. I don't know. I'm not saying it's so. But we know people will go to a lot of levels to stop you when they can't stop you. They will go to a lot of levels to stop you when they can't, when their little methods don't stop you. Matter of fact, some of their little methods backfire on them and help you. Then sometimes they resort to, we're just going to end you. You got to be careful, y'all, on what you think you co-sign on. If you ignorant, shut your mouth. You don't know enough. You too grown to be running around repeating what everybody's saying. You ain't did now bit of research. Because I guarantee you, the same people talking about Coach Prime, it's people doing that to him. It's people doing that to Coach Prime. It's people who don't know Coach Prime and hate him because they heard it on the media. It's people who want to harm Coach Prime. Like, really? For what? Because that hate can build up in you, that jealousy can build up in you. It can make stuff happen. And we don't never want to be the one who feed into that. It's not good. It's not good for the person. And if you really have any kind of sense, you'll do it for your own sake. Because the door you open is the door it's going to come in. The door you open to get somebody else is the door that same thing coming in to get you. You dig a hole, you going to fall in it. That's a spiritual principle, guys. Maybe you spend more time understanding it. Quit falling for the okie doke. Quit falling for any kind of hate, any kind of jealousy, and putting your mouth. Shut your silly mouth. Put your mouth on stuff, especially you don't know what you're talking about. And even if you think you know what you're talking about, you better be smart enough to shut your mouth. Because as much as you can say about somebody, they can say it about you. Don't act like you perfect. Don't act like you always been perfect. If judgment was like that, you should have been judged. That's what the Christian principle understands. People run their mouth the most is the raggedies. You want us to talk about everybody else's flaws like you don't have none. It should never get to the point where you forget that. Whether it's for fun or for serious or for whatever, it's a principle overall. And you definitely don't want to wish harm on anybody. You don't want to be found a hypocrite. Check yourself or somebody else have to check you. Or life check you. Check yourself. Don't ever allow yourself to be caught up in foolishness that's going to be your downfall, going to be the demise for your children. And you too ignorant. Slow down. Even with this sports stuff, it's fun and game, we talk junk. It should never get to the point where you wish harm on somebody or where it go to the personal level where you want to wish something about it. You that sick, go check yourself in somewhere. You don't need to worry about no football. We can talk, we can joan, we can fuss. And when we cut this camera off, you supposed to have a life. If you don't, go get one. It should never be a point where you sit around so sick wishing harm on anybody, whether it's Coach Prime or any other fan or content creator. If you do, I'm telling you, something wrong with you. If you that caught up, you walking around falling. I know we got people who fall our content and get in there, and it's a little sick, it's a little weird. But I just hope that it don't go so far where you that fixated on somebody. Hopefully when the camera cut off, you got a life. We can talk junk all day. But you supposed to have a life. And no matter what we see on TV dealing with other people's life, you supposed to have a life. You shouldn't have that much time and energy to be put into the demise of anybody. As if ain't them trying to take you out every day. And if you don't know that, something wrong. And you furthermore need to go sit in the corner and shut it all down. Because there's somebody out here trying to take you out too. While you looking at and trying to trip somebody up, you better believe something trying to trick you up. And if it ain't happened yet, it will. Just remember that. Greg said it. Remember. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. I'll be talking with y'all real soon.